I'm Casey Currie. Today we are at Moab Easter Jeep Safari 2025, and behind me is our Currie Hammers Edition 392. The reason for this build is I wanted something that is turnkey. Everything from the suspension to the axles to the steering, wheels, tires, the entire package gives you the street ability, drive it on the road, super comfortable. With anyone can drive this Jeep safely on the road and feel comfortable. It's fast in the desert with a big shock, air bump, and then to top it off, it can crawl anywhere. We're out here in Moab, we've already tested it, we're putting it through the test, and I think this Jeep is the ultimate package. Let's break it down. Starting up front, I'm gonna start with the shocks. We did a 3.0 Fox shock. I'm actually using the rear shock in the front. I wanted no hoses going up to the front, so I did the piggyback reservoir right on the shock, and by doing that I had to make a custom wide axle to make it so it would clear. I didn't want to go too wide, so we actually completely assembled the Jeep, cycled it, and actually maximized it to get the width we wanted so that the reservoir doesn't ever hit the tire at full articulation or full steering. So we're running the 3.0 Fox shock, and then to top it off, I did put a Fox air bump front and rear. So with the Fox air bump, it just gives me that last inch and a half of travel to catch it. So when we're going faster down those graded dirt roads, now I have that secondary bump zone just to make sure that we don't bottom out too hard. So with that, going into the axle, it's our Currie 70 Platinum front axle. It's got a 70 ring gear, polished. I'm running a 488 gear ratio with the V8. It gives it the perfect ratio. Driving it down the road, crawling it on the rocks. With that, we have our brand new two-piece front axle. These are our legacy axles that are 300M axle shafts with a 4340 billet yoke, inside and out. These axles truly are amazing. All built in-house right in Corona, California. It's a 300M axle shaft with a 4340 yoke. This making the heat treat the ultimate setup on both the axle and the yoke. It's not a combined heat treat. We are running a 1350 yoke, and on the outside it's a two-piece axle as well. The design of our yoke doesn't have the center rib, allowing for maximum steering travel. This maximizing everything we can to get as most steering we can without the tires rubbing on the frame. One great feature about our Currie 70 Platinum that we did for this Jeep is we did 70/75 billet covers. The ear for the upper control arm is completely machined right into the cover, and it truly is a masterpiece. For the steering, I am running the Rock Jock drag link and track bar. When it comes to the tie rod, we're running the new Currie 70/75 billet tie rod. This is something that we've just created. It's a completely rebuildable tie rod with no jam nut. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. My engineer, myself, and the team, we've created a package that completely eliminates the jam nut, and it also eliminates the biggest problem, which is the flex at the threads. Our threads are completely hidden inside the outer assembly. So really giving this thing the ultimate package. For the steering ram assist, I'm running the PSC Complete kit. We have the electric motor on this, and with that electric motor, we completely got everything in a box and bolted on. It's got a nice cooler tucked under the radiator, out of the way, and the PSC on this thing really makes these 40s turn easy on the rocks. We are running anti-rock sway bars, front and rear. We do have the billet sway bars on it, making it look really nice, as well as giving all the articulation it needs. Coming up to the very front, we have our CRC front bumper with a Warn winch and the Factor 55 hook and fair lead, as well as running the LP6 Baja Design lights. All right, now for one of the most exciting parts, I think, something that I'm doing a little bit different. Instead of making it where the consumer, the customer, has to figure out how long to make the arms, we actually fixed the lower arms. It's a billet 70/75 lower control arm with a hardened skid plate on the bottom. This making it super beefy as well as the correct length. What we did is make sure we maximized all space by tucking the 70 as far forward as we could, maximizing up travel, as well as the rear end is centering it in the wheel well, so you're not having to do a bunch of grinding on the front or back of the wheel well. The 40 tucks pretty much perfectly right in the center. And doing all that, there's no jam nuts on the bottom, and there's no chance of adjusting the lower control arms wrong and giving yourself bind or a rubbing where you don't need it. For body armor, the rock rails are a CRC rock rail. It bolts right to the body, not to the frame. These things move a lot with the body mounts being rubber. I'm a big fan of the rock rail mounting right to the body. So when the thing is moving around, you're not having any rubbing or squeaking. Really, when you hit a rock, the way we have it enforced up underneath, it makes it super strong, reliable in the rocks, as well as a nice step to get in. Inside fender wells, front and rear, we are running the Savvy aluminum fender wells. Actually, really nice piece to bolt in. I powder coated these black. Once we got them back from powder coat, a little bit of drilling in the front with some nut certs. In the back, it was completely bolt-on, but it made it really nice to basically protect the engine from getting a bunch of debris in it or water. So really nice package from Savvy. Wheels and tires, we're running a 17-inch KMC wheel forged beadlock and a Nitto Trail Grappler 40-inch tall tire. Really an all-around great tire for the highway, for the rocks, and for the desert. For the sound, for the performance, and for the complete package as far as getting that big muffler that comes on the Jeep out of the way, we are running the complete catback system from MagnaFlow. This kit puts the mufflers in between the axles, super high, up out of the way, and only puts the tailpipes out behind the rear axle, making it so you can basically drag the bumper on the ground, not worrying about hitting any muffler on a rock, creating any damage. Front and rear, I'm running the Dana Spicer dry shafts. These are a bolt-in package, makes it very easy. The correct length, everything you need. It just bolts right on with the Spicer dry shafts. For springs, front and rear, we are running the Rock Chalk 3.5-inch springs. It's a triple rate spring, gives it a great ride for the highway, for the desert, and the rocks. For the rear end, I'm running our Currie 70 Platinum in the rear. On this one, we did do the extra flare. We have the billet cover. We have 40 spline axle shafts, and we're running the Eaton electric lockers front and rear, giving it a great locking sensation to know that it's locked up when you want to be locked up, as well as a nice driving Jeep on the highway when it is unlocked. For the rear suspension, we are running the Fox 3.0 shocks. We have the air bumps in the back. I do have a Rock Chalk sway bar in the rear as well, and altogether, it is a great all-around package to completely make this thing drive as fast as you want. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, shoot us a message, or give us a call, and we're ready to help. I'm Casey Currie. Thank you for watching. Now, comment below, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. Subscribe right here, watch more videos here. Thank you guys.